Beba is a 2022 documentary written and directed by Rebecca Hunt. This film is extremely difficult to dissect. It's dreamlike and airy until it's harsh and cruel. It's nostalgic and cynical at the same time. Beba is a personal retrospective, a one-sided family therapy session, and an exploration of the history and cultures of the Dominican Republic and Venezuela, all rolled into 1 hour and 20 minutes. Hunt puts herself both literally and metaphysically on camera.
Because I had a baby, May 9, 1990. So her name was Rebecca, and I used to call her Beba. And then I used to call her Beba. And then I used to call her Beba. And then I liked Beba the most, and she stayed a Beba.
Beba has a unique place among documentaries. It's not unbiased, and it's not trying to be. At the same time, it's not a call to action either. Instead, Hunt is simply trying to lay out her soul for all to see, and this video is an exploration of how she did it.
You are now entering my universe. I am the lens, the subject, the authority.
Beba is, for the most part, a montage of Hunt's life from childhood to her mid-20s, divided into 4 parts. That being said, the film is forever expanding outwards. As Hunt discusses her childhood, we not only see interviews with members of her family, but we also get the historical context for what led to her parents' families leaving the Dominican Republic and Venezuela respectively. At the point where Hunt goes to college, we see an interview with one of her former professors. Hunt as a narrator isn't satisfied with contextualizing who she is, she also seeks to contextualize the people who shaped who she is. That pursuit requires the audience to implicitly trust the director in her characterization of the people around her, which begs the question. So throughout the film, Hunt frames herself as the teller of uncomfortable truths, and the film as a tool to break her family's seal of silence. Here, she is playing into the tradition of the voice of God narration.
Don't put that I'm smoking in the film because that'll, because then Gordon and Mommy will know when they watch it. Okay.
As defined by Charles Wolfe in regard to the March of Time series, voice of God narration is stentorian, aggressive, assuming a power to speak the truth of the filmic text, told captive through verbal caption what the spectator sees. While Hunt isn't as omniscient or objective as the narrator in, say, City of Gold, she asserts her authority through her knowledge of her subjects, herself, and her family. Hunt allows us, the audience, to buy into her objectivity because of how self-effacing her narration is.
When I complain to Mommy, she calls me a snitch. So I make sure to call her at work the next day, just to tell her she's garbage.
While Hunt warns us repeatedly that she is a biased source, featuring moments like these convey to us that she isn't lying. Here, she's not protecting her ego by deliberately misleading the audience, she's truly taking a warts-and-all approach to herself and her history.
I don't know, it's like the reason why I'm so... Tonight I'm going to Sasha's Black Love dinner.
Don't listen to what I say ever. It's like absurd. I know, but you're in my way, so like I don't know how.
I ignore the facts that I've taken my mother's bed.
The voice in my head that I say in myself. I do that.
She sleeps on the couch now.
I secretly wanted to know if there was coat check, because if there wasn't, then nobody would see my outfit, right?
I don't care. Daddy's happy I'm back.
He thought you would always.
Okay, so we trust Hunt, or at least we trust her intentions in making this film. But how does she bring us into her perspective?
There are more opportunities now for Black people than there were Oh, for sure.
then having more people for like young black kids to look up to and stuff like that is good.
I don't know if it means like
The
white
position
people.
that you have to be in to say something like that is just astounding.
Give me a break. Give me a break and tell me.
There's not actually that much footage of Hunt or her family in the movie. We see a lot of photos and footage of interviews, but save for one agonizing conversation between Hunt and her friends, we generally see lots and lots of B-roll. I think this is both a practical and artistic choice. On the practical side, there likely isn't much footage of Hunt when she was growing up. She was born in the 90s, a point where there wasn't nearly as much access to home video equipment. Footage of her childhood probably just doesn't exist. However, on the artistic side, the B-roll almost feels as though we are viewing the world through Hunt's eyes. Literally, not metaphorically. The combination of images and excellent score creates a dreamlike atmosphere, one that invokes the messy, blurry process of remembering, as opposed to well-outlined individual stories we've come to expect from most documentaries.
I run into him at 4 a.m. on the L train. After that, he asks me out. And every day, I say no for an entire year. I've never seen romance close up before. But finally, I agree. Michael, expelled from private school. A Bronx kid with origins in India and Puerto Rico. With bipolar disorder and X-ray vision. One day we'll have babies.
The film avoids the traditional documentary style of the harsh reality of the camera until it doesn't.
Mommy, I'm serious. I know your microaggressive attitude right now. It's not cool. It doesn't matter. It's not cool. Your microaggressive attitude, like throughout this entire interview, is not cool. It's really not.
Okay,
Just
Rebecca,
say,
let's
I
just
don't
keep on
want to do
going.
the interview.
But we almost finished. What are you talking
But
about?
I know, but I just like your energy bothers me. So like either like be real, get over it, and like answer
Well, that's
my
what I'm trying to
questions,
do.
or not.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Bueno, yo estoy diciendo que está muy grande. No eres teenager.
I mean, come on,
No eres teenager.
5 minutes. I'm sorry. Please.
But my ass is sorry.
In what interviews there are, Hunt is drawing inspiration from the history of cinema verite. Betsy McLean discusses the essential conceit behind cinema verite, saying, "It was felt that the presence of the camera was soon taken for granted by the subjects, ignored mostly, sometimes forgotten altogether. In this approach, the relationship between filmmakers and its subjects had to be relaxed and trusting in order for the filmmaking to fit into ongoing action without affecting it." There's a push and pull to these two contradictory modes of filmmaking. In short, these decisions reveal the film to be as blatantly slanted as Hunt promised it would be. The scenes are colored by emotion. What's fluid in Hunt's recollection is fluid in style, and what's slow is agonizingly slow in the film. There might be more nuance in what's being montaged over. In fact, there almost certainly is, but we don't see that because that's not the point. There's an expectation that documentaries have to provide something to the audience. Fiction films can just be a story, but documentaries should always provide some necessary information, find a universal truth, or instruct some course of action. Beba is transparently uninterested in that. Instead, Hunt uses the film as an exploration of connection and understanding. She seeks to understand her family and her connection to them, and then herself through her connections to her family. And moreover, Hunt wants to be understood by us, the audience.
My ancestors come alive in fluorescent paint on the earth. Lost as I am, I say. Vast as you are, they say. One of them winks at me. Another one spits on me. Lost as I am, I say. Vast as you are, they say.
Hunt ultimately fails in her mission to completely document herself and her family. It seems that Beba, the person, was too vast to be contained by Beba, the film. Instead, the film, incomplete as it is, asks us to understand the people around us, our connections to them, ways the push and pull of our complicated histories form who we are. By looking internally, Hunt found one universal narrative, that there is no universal narratives. Our lives are a lot fuzzier and more abstract than we like to admit, and the only way to understand each other, to truly understand each other, is to accept the vastness within us all.
Solano's passed down passion, resilience, and crippling delusion. On my father's side, Dominicanos passed down courage, ambition, and abusive rage. Beba, brave, stubborn, narcissistic, chronically cruel. Existing is to hold space for all of this.